Hello, friends. Today we're going to work out a quadratic word problem. My friend C. Lindelof is not here, so I'll be standing in his stead instead of him, while Mr. Lee sits quietly in the back of the room making stupid faces. The product of two consecutive odd numbers is less than... I couldn't do that much longer. Yeah, I couldn't do that. The product of two consecutive odd numbers is 1 less than 4 times the sum of two numbers. So this is what I was saying, Kevin. That take any odd number, Kevin. If you add 2 to it, you get the next one, don't you? So let n equal the first odd number. So first odd number. You're going to see this on some test somewhere, and it's just going to come in handy. And remember, if you take your odd number and add 2 to that number, you're going to get the next one, Kevin. We agreed? So n plus 2 equals the next odd number, right? From here, I'm just going to start working this out low. The product of these two numbers would be, well, if I'm going to multiply the two numbers, it's n times n plus 2, isn't that right? And here, Juliet says here is, and that's equals, isn't it? So here's that equal sign. And it's 1 less. This bothers me a lot because this is -1. So I'd put it out at the end. Is that all right? So this -1 is the 1 less. And it's 4 times the sum. Or we're going to add, stay with me for a second, we're going to add the first number plus the second number, aren't we? And we already agreed that n is the first number and n plus 2 is the second number. Right, Andy? Okay, you're sure. Right? So start doing a little bit of math here, clean this up. N plus 2 is 4 times 2n plus 2, isn't that right? Minus 1. I'm going to go ahead and simplify this by distributing here and here. Gives us n squared plus 2n. This is what I'm praying. That, well, one, that you know this is a quadratic problem. Because it says, well, quadratic problem. Long silence. Aha! Sorry, Andy. So what my hope is that you see that this is... you see this, and you realize what we have is a form of this. ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. That is, we have to put it into this form to solve it, right? So I'm going to move everything over. So I'm going to distribute this through, and it's going to turn into 8n plus 8 minus 1. Everybody cool with that? Yes? Garrett? Thanks, buddy. So plus 7 is equal to n squared plus 2n. Then get what I'm saying is I want to move everything over to this side to get it into this form. Is that all right? Okay. So I'll move it over to get into this form. So I'll take 8n away from here. I'll take 7 away from here, and I'll get n squared minus what? Minus 6n minus 7 equals 0. May, is that good? And then we can start factoring, right? And this is going to be n. This is going to be n. What's true about these two terms here? This is going to be a what, and this is going to be a what? Negative, negative, positive, negative? Negative, negative? No, she said it. She said it. Pictures at 11. Is this why isn't this possible? I'm sending this video to your parents. Because a negative times a negative is a, and we need a negative. So one of them is positive, one of them is negative, right? So give me two numbers, and when you multiply them, you get -7. But when you add the same two numbers, you get -6. Positive 1 and -7. Remember, equals 0. These are just the factors, aren't they? We need solutions. So our solutions are n is equal to -1 or n is equal to 7. But remember that we said n is the first number, so if the first number is -1, then what's the second number? It's -1 plus what? Plus 2, which is 1. So it could be the numbers -1 and 1, or it could be n is what? N is 7. The first number is 7, so the first number would be 7. If the first number is 7, what's the next odd number? Why are you looking at me like that? What's the next odd number after 7?
Steiner, did you really just say 14? First, two things, Miss Steiner. One, that's not consecutive. And two, it's the, all right. You didn't really say that, but it's on tape. And that's the coolest thing in the whole world. 7 and 9. They don't know who you are. Want me to say your full name?
No.
All right. I know. You guys go back and check and see if that works. Good job. If you haven't already subscribed, please do.
And your comments are always welcome. Thank you so much. No, really, I really appreciate it. How do you stop this thing?